Welcome back to Seaside Survival. This is Ryan and this is Seaside Survival. Today we are going to be finishing the sheep farm that we built in the last episode. I've got some stone to take with us and some grass to take with us. We're going to be terraforming the area around the build on the outside so we can lay the foundation for the building itself. So I want this to look like a barn, but not the barn you'd expect if you were driving around in the country. This is going to be kind of a smaller, inside the village sheep barn, I guess. I don't know how to describe it, so we're just going to go build it. So before we go and begin the build, we have a little bit of housekeeping to do first. My shovel is on its last legs, if shovels had legs, and my other pickaxe was really close as well. So I put that away and I built a new shovel and a new pickaxe. So we're going to enchant them before we go and start the build. First, let's get a shovel. We'll see what we can get. Now I don't have a ton of levels, so we're going to do the best we can with what we have. Unbreaking, I don't know about that. Unbreaking. I guess I'd rather have that on the shovel. Yeah. Hopefully we have better luck with the pick. We don't. Alright. Oh, efficiency 1. That's not too bad. We still have 10 levels left. I wonder if we can combine the two. Yes. Ooh, I like that. Perfect. We'll fix Silk Scribe as well. Alright. So I've got my Fortune and my Silk Touch pick, and we're only going to need one of them for now. Let's go! The sheep farm is running strong. We've got tons of wool. Let's check out our haul so far. Not bad. That's awesome. Okay, so we're going to bring the ground level up to about here, and that's kind of where the build is going to begin. So I fear that we're going to have to lose a bit of this garden, which is a shame. I like this garden, but we need the room. So I hate to see it. Then this guy's like, look, the carrots needed to go. You have carrots over here. You'll be fine. I'll put in a little garden over here. Alright, so we are ready to replant the garden here. We'll eat a carrot first. Do you want some? Evidently you need a hoe if you're going to be farming. So now we have that. I didn't plan on making the garden out front before making the actual building for there to be a front of. But that guy was being a creep. The sun sets on another wonderful day here in Seaside Survival, and we have the ground terraformed around the sheep farm. And this is where our grand entrance is going to be, right here, and that will also give us an alternative way to get down into the wheat farm and the rest of the farming area. So we've got the 4 pillars up on the side of the build, and we're going to fill in the side next. But first, I need to make a floor in the middle. Now, I kind of want to be up on this level, but we'll need to bring the path up to that level as well, which I think we can do. We've got the pathway up to the build pretty complete. We've got a nice hill here. It's got a nice gradient, and it levels off where the door is going to be here on the barn. And then I've been typically just cutting through from this path. When I come down from the lighthouse, I'll go right across this path. So I made a little trail for us to follow and get right up to the top of the build. Check it out on the server that it's always raining. Whoop. Okay, would have gotten wet either way. We've got the front on the building here, and once we add the roof, this is going to be fantastic. I need to fill in a little bit of land here on the side. Ooh, thunder. Let's sleep through this. Clear skies, and we're heading back down to the build. Right, so we're building up the land over here and adding some detail to the front entrance. I put in the pressure plates here on the inside so you don't have to open the door manually when you leave, and then the door closes behind you when you enter. You know, it's hard to build over here when I'm asking myself in my mind, is this good? Do I like this? Do I like how this looks? Should I keep building it like this? And then these sheep are just going, bad, bad. In the background. Do you guys think it's good? Bad. Right. Let's check on our farm and see how much wool we've got. Yes. Oh, that's fantastic. Alright, well, we gotta incorporate wool into this build somehow. I don't quite know how yet, but we're gonna have a lot of wool to use. Alright, so I've got most of the outside of the build complete, and I think it's looking good. Let's take a little fly around the neighborhood and see what it looks like from the sky. It's big. Yeah, it definitely sticks out. That's what happens when you have a giant orange roof on your barn. Okay, so it looks good from the ground, but I think it needs a little bit more work from on the top of it. Perfect fly. We're gonna put some dirt here and kind of cover up a little bit of the roof. Why would I build a roof if I'm going to just cover it up anyway? That is a fantastic question, and not a question that I have an answer to right now. But I kind of like the look of this building that's just kind of gotten taken over by the landscape around it. Imagining that this is all just kind of gotten overgrown up here, and the moss has started to creep its way onto the roof of the barn. I will admit, this is a weird roof. It's kind of a weird building. I don't know if I like it. I think I do. But I think I just need to add a little bit of finishing to the build so that I like it a little bit more. Sometimes when I'm in doubt on if a build is good or not, instead of fixing it, I just double down and then add leaves to it. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. You'll see if in the next episode this building that I made is completely gone. No, I'm just kidding. It's not going to be destroyed, but we can add some leaves to it. I think this awning would make more sense if it had some stability, so I'm going to add these fence posts. The dark color definitely is not in the color scheme of the build with the spruce fence, but I kind of like it. It gives it a little bit of variety, something to look at. In fact, I think I'm going to change the shutters up top to spruce as well. 4 should be enough. Let's see if we can get up here. I like that for the same reason. Maybe I don't. We're gonna let it simmer. But now we got leaves, so let's add some leaves to the build and see what that does for making this thing look like it belongs. Nice lighting is a big part of the design as well, and before I add some to the sheep farm, I'm going to add some over to this area too. I'm going to add some lights under the tree and in the build-o-matic. We'll get to this another time. We can kind of go through with some lanterns and really make the place pop a little bit. I'll give you a better light here, bud. There you go. Take that torch though. Now I'm going to add a couple of lanterns just in the area around it, but I do want to have a couple of hanging lanterns as well. Can we hang a chain? No. That's not what I wanted. Let's hang a chain from here. That could be cool. Maybe hang one from here too. Of course, the reason I built this into the cliff totally isn't so that I didn't have to finish the roof. Just ignore that. And boom, just like that, we have a custom tree. I think I need a little bit more leaves on this side, and then I'm gonna grow the trunk down into this dirt. So this is a tree that's been swept by the wind in this seaside town, and it needs it needs good roots. That's kind of the theme with the custom trees that I've been making in this area, is that they all look a little bit worn. Obviously, it's on the side of a cliff, and if we want to be authentic here, if we really want to be authentic, the trees should look a little jagged. So they do. Let's take a little flyover. Yeah, I like it. Cool. So we have a custom tree and a brand new barn for our sheep farm, and some scaffolding on the roof. Let's go get that. I've decided that I like it. As the sun comes up over the mountaintop, I've decided I like my orange sheep barn. Let's make some breakfast, and then we'll call it a day for now. Another day, another thing from the Build-O-Matic 3000 complete.